I tell you, man, it never fails. It never fails. Hi, for those who don't know who they are or what they just clicked on and don't know who I am Carcino. This is Carcino for Life YouTube channel. Joe Budden has come out saying when they had the battle, the versus battle with Brandy and with Brandy and Monica, and they were going over it on the Joe Budden podcast. He was talking about his love for Brandy and and how he's always wanted to get up with Brandy, and Ray J was talking about he's single and all this stuff, that she's looking and she's single and all this, and I love the Norwood family and all of this. I might have to start looking up. So he was talking about what all Brandy's looking for. You got to be honest, and everybody was like, "Oh, that ain't Joe." Right there, that ain't Joe. So Joe's out the picture. So they got brought up to Brandy, and she's like, "Well, I don't talk to my friends. They're friends. They're like family. So no, I don't think that I'll be with Joe. No, I have to decline." But here's the thing, is what he talking about Ray J. He loves Ray J. The reason why Joe Budden loves Ray J is because of the hoes. Ray J is what you would call a mini plug. He knows he's a little weasel. He knows how to get in contact with what you need. Ray J come back. Alright, listen. I understand you you want certain things, and I could get that for you. But you got to be looking out for me too, because I'm going out there for you. I don't really know these guys like that, but because of my status, I can't really even be on the streets, because a bunch of fans come out and they come grab me and want autographs, and they take up all my time. So I'm putting myself at risk going outside, you know but I'm willing to do that to get you some prostitutes and girls. Yeah, I can get you that. Yeah. So Joe, oh, that's great, man. I mean, I appreciate it. I would go in, but I'm nervous past 7 o'clock, and there's too much people moving in and moving around. I stuck my head out the window to look around to see if it was a good scene. Scene didn't look too good. Only go to the strip club at 3 in the afternoon. Can't go any later. But I'm glad, Ray J. You're my buddy. Those things that I like, those Flintstone vitamins? Can you get some more Flintstone vitamins for your boy, Joe? Rory and Maul, they never come and bring any of these things to me. You're the only one that's stepping up to bring that, Ray J. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, like all these reality show girls, you want to like try some of them out? Because I went to my man in Chicago Larry. He the one supplied me with a lot of my girls for my reality show. I hit about half of them, but if you want some, just let me know and I'll slide them on over to you, Joe. Then you can just, sample the goods. That's what I'm talking. See, that's why I like the Norwoods. Oh, I love this guy right here. I am mesmerized now. So that is Joe's reality. And that is his only connection to Ray J. That's it. Other than that, Joe can care less about a Ray J. Now, for years, Joe has, I don't want guests on my show. Oh, you don't? Guests be on the show. But I understand why Joe don't want guests on the show. But it's not because Joe's rebellious and Joe is this. It's the same reason that I don't like doing interviews. Do you know I could have interviewed? thousands of people, artists, they have come to me for interviews. They'll send a manager or whoever reps them saying, "Do you want to interview?" Not now, but back 3, 4 years ago. This was the thing. Y'all really don't know how big Casino for Life was at that time. I was doing like 200, 300 views on video. Like it was crazy. The proof is you can go look at all my high rated videos. You can see what year that was. 2017. I had managers, people coming. I'm like, I don't trust you, or you. You cool. And I'm out. I didn't know anything about these new people. I didn't trust what was going on and all these people wanting to partner with me and do all that. I'm like, look, I don't trust any of you in this industry because I don't know any of you right now. Only part everybody I know, they doing doggone digital. Like, yeah, I do web design now. Like, web design? Dude, you was a record producer. You was a producer at one. Yeah, man, I was good, wasn't it? Yeah, man, but things happen. I was like, man, all right. So it was funny because somebody came to me like, yo, man, if you could put me in the direction, man, of one of these dudes, man, I want to get on a label, man, I want to get signed. I said, well, here, call this dude, man. This dude. That's when he was like, I do web design now. It's not. I'm not making fun of him, but it's like the situation was weird because I'm like, web design, like you was a producer. It just blew my mind. But life happens. So I never felt I had a real connection with like anybody repping with Joe Budden. Joe was so out of it. Like he had no type of filter. He had no type of self control. He had no type of discipline, really. It was really bad. So I had no, like, everybody, it's easy to pick on somebody whose life is on display. And they was like, would you be happy if somebody do that to you? Well, they can. I mean, it depends on the person. I could take it. A lot of people can't take it. I can take it. I tell everybody everything about me. I can care less. I can take it. Some people can't. It affects their entire lives. Me has no effect whatsoever. Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm on YouTube every single day. Do you know how hard it was when people try to tell you how hard it was? When my grandmother died, I was live on that day. When my cousin was murdered and they lost her life, I was live. I was live the day of the funeral. I was live. I had to go live and do my responsibility because my grandfather, my grandmother, they all instilled that into me to keep moving. You can't just sit around and mope. There's no time for it. I was raised that way, so I have to pick myself up and go. Can't stop. When your soul's at rest, then you'll know. But your job here is done. You've done a great and wonderful job. And that's what you do. You keep it moving. So I don't want to pick on Joe's like, ha 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 ha, he's an addict. Ha 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 ha, ha, he's a recovering addict. He did this and he did that. My thing is, I call him out on his BS, not for his habits, but the way his attitude is towards certain people, and the way he deals with it, and how he's not addressed it. And success has made him worse in other aspects. He's not doing things now because he realizes like it's a bad thing to do. No, he's doing it because he's like, okay, we got a Me Too crowd. I don't want to do anything to upset the Me Too crowd. Then you have the other side that don't care about the Me Too crowd. You got the other side that's saying, okay, we could talk about the Me Too crowd, or we could do this, but Joe don't see that it's wrong, period. Like we talked about those who are antidepressants and those who are bipolar. It's all like offsprings of depression. Most people are depressed and then they have anger issues and they can't balance, being mad and directing it at who they're mad at. And they can't really gauge it, and just for no reason they can explode from things they've held in and they've been you know going off on for so long. Then you have the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is different. Like we talked about, I think we talked about this yesterday on Jenny's channel about borders. When you don't have a border on yourself, a antidepressant will go. They don't have a border. That thing that you put on yourself, governors or what they say, like that keeps you from busting somebody's head wide open because you realize I can go to jail, I gotta go to court, I might get arrested, and that's not your goal. So that keeps you from doing certain things because that's in play. Antidepressant that don't kick in until after the fact. Somebody who's so depressed that they become so super violent, they lash out, and then those ramifications don't kick in until after they've already done it, and they're in a cell. They've come down, and they realize the state that they're in, that they're facing now because of their actions. So that's why a antidepressant is ruled a threat and harmful to society before they've even committed a crime. Now, they call that and declared legally insane. You have just been declared legally insane. Now, as for me, things are a little different. Let's just say that things are a little different when it comes to Ray J and Joe Budden and all that situation. Like Brandy shot that down so quick because she has zero interest in dating an old busted down. I mean, Joe Budden is probably in his 30s, looking like he's in his look like he's about 55, and he's in his 30s. Now they be like, Joe Budden is this young? Like, what happened to him? Life. So Joe Budden, his life is being looked at and put on a measuring stick and put it on a scale and a pedestal where others are not out here doing certain things that they want to do. Now, life has turned around and went in another direction for me. I just had to send a text message out. I apologize for that. Life has turned around into another direction for me. So I've been doing well. But Joe and Brandy being together, that don't look like that's going well. You got a guy that looks like he's your grandfather and you walking around with him. No way. That's not going to suit well for somebody who's an established artist. Plus, that's not Joe's, you know. Joe needs an up and coming wannabe. I'm a stripper, but I want to be successful like Cardi. Let me manage your career. I can get you on Love and Hip Hop. I'll talk to Mona, get you a career, get you going. You can make some money. Stick with Joe. So if Brandy go down that route, I mean, she's rebranding herself right now. She's finna come back out. The last thing you want to do is attach yourself to Joe Budden by any means, shape, or form. And her team probably said, no way. Uh-uh. This is not how you do it. That's hustling backwards. So far backwards. Well, a lot of people like Joe would equate things like money and use money as the tool to say, ha ha, I got money. Now I can control my destiny. You know, when you start having that elitist attitude and moving in that direction, these are the type of people that thinking like you can have all the money in the world, Joe. That's just gonna bring more leeches. That don't bring you a decent woman. That ain't gonna bring you a decent woman, and that's probably not what you even looking for because you're not in the right mind state to have a decent woman. You're not in the right mind state to date a Brandy. You're not in the right mind state to date somebody who's on a serious level with you. You don't know how to respect that because you don't have any control there. You want to use the money because you feel the money gives me leverage. It gives me control over these women. So it makes you feel powerful. And unfortunately, weak men think like that. They don't know how to take the value of the woman that they have. You don't understand that she's there to assist you. She's your partner. You know, y'all are a unit. That's the way it's supposed to be. And if I can't have you as a partner or a unit and we can't support each other, you know, and there's a key word in there, each other. If we can't support each other and we can't have that, then there's nothing into it. I'm just done trying with this other girl, so I've given up on the piece of girl. You know, so it's up to you guys. I don't know what's in it for y'all or what y'all trying to do, but hey, it is what it is. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Deuces.